Okay, greetings everybody. Welcome to Manor Lords. My name is Vorm. This is a medieval sandbox village city builder type game. If you aren't aware, this is the most wishlisted game on Steam at the moment. So, it's pretty much everywhere. If you've managed to not see it on any other channels or YouTube or so on, you're missing out. Pretty awesome game. So, let's talk about a few things. So first off, I want to mention right up front, this is a preview copy provided to content creators ahead of the public early access release. So just because you're seeing this or anybody else playing it on the internet, don't rush out and try to go buy it. You can't. It's not available yet. So it's scheduled for early access released pretty much everywhere. I think it's going to be on almost all the platforms on the 26th of this month. So got a little bit longer to wait before it's going to be generally available. Take that with a grain of salt. You get to look at some awesome gameplay, but you won't get to play yourself for just a slight bit longer. As I said, it is a preview build, so there may be some bugs or issues that we run into here and there, and it's definitely not a finished game. It's just entering its early access period, and it's in a playable enough state that most people are going to be able to get to have a fair bit of enjoyment out of it. But it's going to take another however long for the developer to finish the game up. So we'll see things in the game that is not complete, so tech progression, things like that. It's pretty obvious that there are things that still need to be worked on. My understanding is it's been a solo project pretty much its entire development time. A developer who goes by Greg has been working on the game for about 7 years, and it's pretty slick. So to kind of go over some of my bias / opinion on the genre, I'm going to show the game to you, and I very much admire it, but I don't myself play a lot of these village city management type games anymore. I've played tons of hours of them in the past, and I just personally don't find as much enjoyment in them as I used to. So just kind of getting that out front. But I do want to show the game off so that you guys can make your own decisions on whether you'd like to play it. And like I said, I do very much admire what the developer has put into this game. It's beautiful, runs great, UI UX is wonderful. Nothing but praise all the way around. But just be aware, it's not generally my cup of tea gameplay wise, and you might see or feel some of that as we go through this. So let's jump right in and play some Manor Lords. All right, so we're gonna go new game. Currently, we can choose a few portraits. We'll be this guy. We will name this guy Vorm. And I've created a shield crest that we're going to use, and I've saved it, and it brings it up every single time, which is great. But there's lots of options here for you to go in and change your coat of arms. Lots of various designs that you can use and color schemes and so on. I think this is the full list of portraits currently, though. Then we're going to hit continue. So the game currently only has one map. It is a static map, so the terrain is the same, and it's divided into a number of different, I'll call them counties, I guess. So we have a large square map divided into counties, and then each county is going to have a set of resource locations that are randomized. So where the resources are at is randomized, and then it also picks one or two per county to get a rich tag. So it's a large rich deposit of that particular type of resource. So those aspects are randomized, but the terrain itself, the hills and valleys and forests and roads, those are all fixed. So I assume that will hopefully change through development, that we'll have other maps or possibly randomized, who knows. We also have 3 different scenarios we can choose from, as well as things you can turn on and off specifically or uniquely. But there's 3 default scenarios. It goes basically easy, medium, hard. And the main difference is military activity. Over on easy, rise to prosperity, the premise is fulfill the requirements of your citizens, plan and rule your medieval town as you see fit without worrying about combat. The victory condition is to reach the large town settlement level. After that, you may choose to continue in the endless mode. As we go to the right, restoring the peace. The premise is 2 territories in the north are claimed by the illegitimate baron whose castle is located off the map. Bandit camps reside in the other unclaimed regions. Build and expand at your own pace. When ready, challenge the Baron for the Northern Territories. And then victory condition is to conquer every region. So while the Baron claims those Northern Territories, he doesn't actually have a town. He's not like the player in developing and building and upgrading and harvesting resources and so on in those territories. He'll just have armies present there when you decide to go actually challenge him for control. And then it plays otherwise, just like the first scenario. And then the final one, premise is on the edge. Grow your city and raise forces as quickly as you can. The lands are pestered by raiders and undefended settlements will quickly perish. Victory condition is survive all the attacks and reach the large town settlement level. So this just ramps it up. More raiders all over the place and bandits and so on to deal with. I know the game well enough, but it's a little bit of off-camera practice to kind of show you the early parts of the game and the progression stuff. And I don't not want to have any of the military, so I'm going to go with the medium option here, where we'll have a little bit of opportunity to suffer from bandit raids and hopefully go fight the bandits in their camps. And whether we play long enough to go challenge the Northern Baron for those two locations will largely depend on how much fun I'm having and how much fun you guys are having in watching the progression of the series. So we'll figure that out later. But let's go ahead and do this one so we do have some element of the bandits and the combat in the gameplay that we're gonna kind of highlight. All right, and then like I said, there's other things here. When you click on these, it auto sets these various choices down on this side. So you can pick the end goal, whether there's a direct AI opponents, off-map adversary, AI aggressiveness, raider frequency. You can kind of read down the list and see. So lots of ways of fiddling with things to set it up however you would prefer. All right, let's hit begin, and we'll jump into the gameplay. So it's going to pick one of the counties within the region to have our starting location in. It's going to randomize the resources in that county, and it's going to assign one or two of them to be rich deposits. But where we land and what we get for resources and where they start, we don't know. So we'll have to just adapt as we can. All right, pause the game. We got a message, victory condition dominance. So it basically just repeats what we knew from earlier. I'll unite these lands under my rule. All right, so gameplay tour of the interface elements. I have bumped up the UI. If you go into settings under language and accessibility, you can bump up the interface scale. Anything above 1.3 though, and what happens is the head here overlaps some of the information on the resources available as it keeps getting larger with the UI upgrade. So I stopped where I'm at just because of that, so it wouldn't cover up any of the information. I try to make my streams with the UI as large as we can conveniently fit, so folks watching on phones and tablets and stuff might have a chance to actually be able to see and read all these little numbers and symbols and iconography. So that's where we're at. But it is available, and it's very smooth and very clean looking, so it's always good to see that kind of thing. Otherwise, we've got you know, the usual slew of options in all the various places. Gameplay has been extremely smooth without any real problems I've seen, which is really good considering the level of detail that you get. So as per most village and city builder types where we're going to be harvesting resources and so on, we have mostly info resource tracking across the top. So it tells us how many unassigned families that we have. Workers are designated by family groups, basically. So we have 5 family groups that are unassigned currently. None assigned, no living space. We haven't built any houses yet. Everybody's just living in these temporary homeless people's tents. We have 10 total population, which is made up of 5 families. 2 people per family as workers that we can utilize. We have an approval rating setting, a public order setting, the regional wealth, which is basically the wealth represented by our villagers, and we can spend that wealth to upgrade various things that they have access to. And we'll get into that a little bit later. livestock count, which is just 1 oxen currently, which is very important. And then also the number of months before supplies run out. Supplies being represented by 2 things, food and fuel, which is firewood. So we need to make sure we keep enough of both to keep things running smoothly. We don't ever want to go to 0, but it's always going to show you the lowest of those 2 settings, whatever you have. So we have no fuel currently, but it's not really a problem at the moment. Next up, we've got our construction materials. So big list there. We start with 8 timber, 20 stone, 10 tools. We've got 20 food, which is represented by 20 bread. We have 20 firewood. No crops currently, and that's the list of possible crops. No crafting materials, which are kind of secondary resources that we'll get as we progress. No commodities. And no military items yet, although we'll get a small supply of them as we proceed forward. And we have our little info or graphic for ourselves and our shield. Our personal treasury as opposed to the regional wealth. So this is what we're going to use as it mentions. It's collected from taxes, can be used for diplomacy, hiring a retinue and mercenaries, as well as settling a new region. Build a manor to enable taxation in any controlled region. So we won't have to worry about this for a short bit. Our annual royal tax, our influence, which we can gain from raising our settlement level, enacting policies and conquering bandit camps, as well as upgrading churches and manors, and finally the king's favor, which I haven't gotten into yet. It tells us here it is spring of year 1, and there is a full sequence of different seasons, of course, which will have various effects. We're going to have a speed indicator. We can pause, so it is a fully pausable game, and 3 different speed settings. It goes from normal to 4x to 12x, so you can really get time cooking if you kick it out to that 3rd speed setting. Then at the bottom, we have our command tree, so we can build roads, we can build constructions of various categories and types, which we'll get into later. Take a look at our army, look at the map, go to help, and then go to our settings. That's pretty much it. As for the game world itself, we got WASD. We've got zoom, and this is one of the impressive things about the game. Let's zoom out first. So here is where we're at. As I mentioned, there is kind of a square realm, and it's divided into these sections. I'm not sure, they call them regions, I guess, instead of counties. So we are up here in this county or region, and these are the 2 that are held by that baron that we eventually, in this scenario, want to take over. So we want to actually compete with him and take those back. But we'll be able to, through using influence or a few other means, take control of these other territories if we would like. Now it shows the roads and the rough terrain, as well as the resources. So we have stone, clay, berries, wild animals, and iron. And the little crown symbol indicates which ones have been designated as the rich deposits. So we have a rich deposit of stone and a rich deposit of iron, but just standard deposits of clay, berries, and wild animals. Which I would have preferred having these as our rich, one of these at least. But, you know, we'll deal with what we get. And then it varies them in each location. And again, these are randomized, so these things are never the same. So we're not going to really be worrying about most of the rest of this stuff for a little while. We're just going to focus in. Now, if we zoom in, you can see the transition point there from the map type. And if we keep zooming, where's our camp? Is that our camp? That's not our camp. Where'd you go, camp? There it is. If we zoom, I'll just slow zoom. All right, that is the farthest zoom in we can get. Hello. Who are you? We've got, I can see that, oh, it's Erhart. Yeah, it's Erhart the Ox. But yeah, so this is the level of zoom you can achieve. And if we unpause it, nobody's doing anything right now.
If I have to spend another winter in Albert's barn, I'd like to freeze me balls off with his wife to keep me warm.
All right, so very smooth. And we can play at whichever level we want. Another thing you can do that's very cool is if you press this button, it's visit mode, which lets you walk around at that location. So we can actually walk around and watch people do things. Should have zoomed in closer where I actually wanted to be. And I can't detach from the back of the camera from where it's positioned right there. But it kind of gives you an idea of what you can do. It's really cool to jump in and look around at things that are going on in this third-person mode. Alright, let's back out of there, pause the game again. We got stuff we need to get done. Alright, so we got to figure some things out. So the only other thing to notice is these little symbols here, which are trade points. These are points where trade goods come in from outside of the region and then go out again. So we've got a trade location here that will be used. We're kind of tucked into an open area here. This is the little camp that we've got built right there. And as you build out your village, this map view will actually change to show how you've sprawled out your village. So, a couple things we need to do. Our food is over here. So right now, all we have is some bread, and that's going to rapidly disappear. So we're going to need to get food, which we're going to rely on berries initially for our food. It is seasonal, so we won't have access to it during the winter months. Then we also have wild animals. So we'll probably want to set up over here a hut that will have somebody go harvest berries, as well as a different hut that will go harvest the wild animals. We're not going to need the stone for a while, and the clay deposit, and iron's kind of tucked over there. Alright, so how are we going to do this? These are really spread out. I actually don't like this arrangement very much. I might jump out and jump back into a couple of maps till I see one that I kind of like a little better. I'm not a real big fan of this one. For a few reasons. Luckily, we can jump in and out very quickly. All I got to do is change this. Click, click, continue, begin. And in just a couple of seconds, we'll be back in. Alright, what did we get this time? We got clay and stone. Clay and stone! We're in that section this time. We're tucked in there, are we? With trade coming down that way. Alright, sure. That's a little far away from where I want to start, but that's alright. We got some pretty good open areas we'll be able to set some housing up in. Yeah, let's go ahead and just work with this. So, what we're going to do is a few things. So it's kind of, I mean, like most games of this type, it kind of plays by checklist. So there's just certain things you need to do. You do them in a certain order. You can vary it a bit depending on resources and food supply and so on. But for the most part, you just got to get certain things done. Then you wait for resources to generate. Then you get a few other things done. Then you wait for resources. Then you get a few other things done. Which is my main issue with these kinds of games. I just don't find a lot of kind of mental exercise involved in play-by-checklist type games. This one varies it up a bit in a number of different interesting ways, and if you haven't played thousands of hours of these kinds of games, then it'll all be new and fun to you. But that's where my bias comes in on this style of gameplay. But this one does it really well, so again, just realize that's my personal bias, not a hit on the game. All right, so what we need to do is we've got to secure food. We've got to get wood chopping going on because timber is the primary thing we need to continue building in the early game. We've got just a list of things that we're going to have to accomplish. Now, one of the main things I need to figure out or plan ahead for is where I'm going to start setting up initial houses. That's going to take up the most space as well as require the most resources. So I want my timber yard to be kind of near the place where I'm going to set up houses. That audio is just a little loud for me. Let's bring this down a bit. Bring you down a bit. And bring you down a bit. Alright. So one of the big things that's going to cause a delay is that the logs that you need to deliver, everything resource-wise actually has to be moved physically from place to place. So there's no teleporting of raw materials or anything like that. So this ox is going to be used to haul logs to all the places you want to build stuff that require logs. And so if I try to build something here, and then I also queue up to build something over here and something over here, it's going to take forever for this poor ox to drag the logs to each of those far-flung locations. So you want to kind of think ahead to where you're going to build certain things that are going to take the most logs. And it would be good to have the log producing location near that area. And for wood chopping, we need access to trees. So I think what I'll do, we want to be careful. Actually, we want to be careful with that one. We don't want to harvest out over here and scare the animals off. But for berry picking, it shouldn't be too big a deal. I think what we'll do is we'll just tuck our first timber yard right back in this area. We got roads. I want to think about how we're going to develop our road network too. So I actually want to get rid of this as quickly as possible because it's kind of sitting in the main area that I want to develop. I might actually put the lumber yard over here initially to kind of clear out this area of trees, but better not. There's not enough over there. All right, so let's do this. Let's go ahead and we'll click our construction button. We've got a number of different categories. We're on the gathering category. We're just going to click logging camp. Takes 2 logs to set up a logging camp, and with it, workers will fell nearby trees to produce timber. So I'm just going to tuck that in here. And if you'll notice when I go to place this, if I place it over top of existing trees, it tells me at the bottom of that pop-up, trees are uprooted for construction. That just basically deletes the trees. We don't want that. So ideally we want a spot close, but not getting rid of a bunch of the trees. Let's just drop that right in there. Then we also are going to need a woodcutter's lodge. I'm just going to go ahead and put that right adjacent to it, right here. Then let's get a few, let's see, how do I want to do this? Let's build a road to there, and then kind of straight out this way. Then I think I'll connect it to this road down here. All right, it's best to have paths built because that will kind of direct the foot traffic. They get a bit of speed bonus, and it helps out quite a bit. I can destroy roads later, so I think I'll... Don't need one around that. Let's just put a little section like that in there for now. All right, now with these 2 things set up, if I unpause, the people and the ox will then start delivering the raw materials and going to work. As long as there are unassigned workers, they will basically take charge of the oxen and then start delivering raw materials and do the construction. As soon as I start assigning them to jobs, then they're not available for the general building and transferring of raw materials. So it's important to always make sure you keep some unassigned folks to get the stuff done. So it's a bit of a balancing act early. We only have 5 families that we can have assigned. So you want to be a little cautious initially with how much you build because you won't be able to use all of it immediately. The other things we need to kind of pay attention to, other than those 2, is we need to get some burgages set up, which is the housing, which is this one. Burgage plots. That will get them moved out of this temporary housing. And we also need to get storage set up, which is a granary as well as a storehouse. So food items and general resources. Now the logs are stored wherever the logs are generated, usually the logging camp. But these other 2 are general storehouses. And the reason you want to get them up as early as you can is because if it starts raining, raw materials left out like this, we've got bread just sitting on the ground in baskets. And if it starts raining, it's going to spoil this kind of finished resources. It won't do anything to logs, but anything else will pretty much get spoiled and destroyed over time. So that's another thing that we want to consider. But we also have limited resources initially. So... I think for the moment, let's do... I'm going to do one more thing just to have it done ahead of time. I always forget where this one's at. It is logistics? No. Residential, marketplace. I want to preset the marketplace. And I think I'm going to do it in this corner here. But we'll say we're going to allow it to be yay big and yay big. Alright, doesn't take any resources to do that. And the marketplace is going to be kind of the center point of our area. I'm probably going to do some material production facilities down the road here, but then I want housing and housing and housing kind of surrounding the marketplace, so we'll grid it out more later. But that gives me an idea of where I want to have that. Next up, let's see. We're also going to need to get a bunch of other stuff done, but I'm going to hold off on most of it. Let's see, our berry production is up there. Alright, let's go ahead and get this in. So we have a forager hut, which allows us to gather berries from a nearby deposit. I'll put that right up here. And again, we want a road kind of connecting this in. I don't want to do too many more things before we get some stuff set up, but that'll get us the food that we need initially. We're going to be surviving on berries for quite a while, for this probably first year maybe, primarily, until we get the plots set up. All right, let's let a little bit of time pass. Let's let these guys do a little bit of work and get some of this stuff done before I plop anything else down. So we're going to unpause it. We'll just kind of watch what they do. So depending on where your view is focused and your view zoom level, the sound effects change quite dramatically, and kind of activities you can watch them do change dramatically. So if we go follow the oxen, I'm going to go ahead and speed it up a little more. You can see they deliver a log, and we've got everybody unassigned, so they're going to start putting together the buildings. And there's a little symbol here showing us the progress. So that's all the raw materials that needed to be delivered. And if I click on this, we can see here 2 out of 2 have been delivered. So he's going to go back and now bring the resources to the next building. I can set a priority for construction. So if I need one particular building set up first, after I've set multiple down, I can give it a high priority. So that's the other option you can do here. Why are you guys standing still? Go build something.
Just give me a hammer and something needs to not move. I'll put it in its place.
All right, so the woodcutter's lodge is complete. I'll look at the interface and stuff for that here in a moment. Now everybody should shift over and start getting this built. All right, we'll pause it here again. So these are now ready to go. They won't do anything until we assign workers, though. Right now, everybody is unassigned. They're really focused on getting all my building stuff done. I think I want the other 2 buildings up before I set up my my burgage plots. I want to get the storage buildings down. So let's go ahead and do the granary, and I'm going to put them over here next to the marketplace, because the items that are going to be sold at the marketplace are generally going to be stored at these 2 locations. So let's just put them across the road from each other. We'll do that there, and we'll do that here. And I kind of want to turn it sideways, but it's being real finicky on me. All right, fine. Okay, we got all the material delivered? We do. The reason I want to make sure those storage buildings get set up, like I said before, is to get our food and other perishable goods off the ground. The sooner we do that, the better. Alright, so we have our forager hut. I'm going to go ahead and assign somebody to foraging. So I can have up to 5 total family groups set up to use this particular building. There is a bit of a balance involved. If this were a rich deposit, we'd have a lot more berries. Right now it's growing, so there's not a food available there, actually. Let's cancel that. We'll wait till that grows out a little further. We'll get some logging going on. And a little bit of wood cutting. Alright, so the only other things to build now are over here. So the ox is delivering the raw materials.
Come on.
Poor Erhart. He never stops working. So we need 1 more log and 10 stone in order to get this built. We only have 10 stone total, so a good thing we don't need more stone anytime soon. Let's go ahead and speed this up to the fastest setting. We'll kind of watch the poor ox. So we are getting warnings across the top, and we just got a new message. This is the blustering of that Baron. I'm not going to bother talking to him. Alright, now they just need to go get the 10 stone, and we'll have all the raw material there.
Come on, laddie. Summer's coming soon, and soon the beating sun. Can I stay where there's drink?
Alright. So we've got messages across the top. We have exposed goods. That's what we're trying to solve with our storehouses. We've got exposed goods for the pantry, meaning get a granary built, and they want us to build houses for our 5 families. So we'll get those taken care of here. In the near term, we're down to only 2 timber, so we definitely need to get more people cutting logs. So let's bump that up to 2. That leaves only 2 families to do construction work and hauling. But it'll sort out here pretty soon. Speed things up again. We have a marketplace. We have a firewood stall in the marketplace. Alright, so all the raw material is in place, I think. Oh, nope, we're still bringing stone. Alright, storehouse is finished. I need everybody hauling stone, please. Everybody grab a pile or stone from the pile. Get it over there. Okay. That means everything is built now. So these actually also take people. And what happens is if I want that stuff moved from the ground over here into these, I actually have to allocate people to do it. So let's go ahead and do that now. And we'll just let things run for a little bit. So we've got a couple of workers chopping trees to get the logging camp going because we need to replenish the timbers that we've knocked down. We got a supply of additional stone and some tools delivered to us at some point. I didn't see the message, but we have a bit more now. So the next thing I need to plot out is our 5 burgages, and they cost 2 wood each, so I need 10 wood. We've got 11, so we can go ahead and get that started. So we have a marketplace here, and I want to set up houses in various locations. I'm going to set the first one up just kind of going right out in this location, and then we'll kind of surround the area in various directions with houses as space and time allows. So let's go housing plot. Now there's a few things you need to know about how this kind of works. I'm just going to build it real quick and then I'll kind of describe and explain what's going on. Let's see. Let's extend this road. You can make curved roads instead of straight roads just by setting multiple points. So if I do this, for example, you can see how it kind of curves around and you just right click to unselect whatever points you've picked. So if you want a less, straight line design, it's very easy and possible to do that. And there's reasons to it. It looks nice to have more of a kind of a crazy, eclectic building style than to have everything on straight grids. We'll have a bit of a mix. But I am going to go ahead and run a road out this way, and I'll curve it a little bit. Actually, let's cancel that one. Let's curve it out this way, then that way. Alright, we'll do that, and then we'll go ahead and go to our housing. And we're going to set a point here. Whatever the first 2 points you set is going to be the facing of the housing. You can rotate it later, but it's simpler just to make your first 2 points the front of the housing area. So if we go there, and I think I need to go about to there to get the space I want. And we'll go out this way, and then you can kind of see how the design's going to work. Now I need 5 total houses to house everybody initially, and the depth is going to determine... So the point to the bottom, where it shows the house symbol, that's where the house itself is going to go. Right now I have 4, but the left-hand one is wide enough that we'll actually be able to get a second house, which is the one that has a little plus symbol on it in that plot. And then the upper area is the workable area that family can use for themselves. They can set up a garden there. They can set up a blacksmith shop. A lot of choices, and you can specialize your people by picking certain things within those upper areas. Once it's placed, or once I click again, I have another choice or two that I can use to change things right here, plus or minus. So by hitting minus, I reduce how many total across, but now it's 1 plus, 1 plus, 1 plus. We could actually fit 6 total houses in here, but we'd only have 3 backyard areas that we'd be able to set up. So depending on what your needs are, it may be good or bad to do that kind of thing. And then that one, we have 1. We just kept hitting minus. So I'm going to cancel all of that for the moment. Let's go over just a little further and see if we can get... Go over a little further and see if we can get just a standard 5 by with a decent sized backyard. That's actually 6. All right, come on. Oops. See if we can get this to fit the way I want. That's not bad right there. That gives me 5 with 5 backyards. Let's just go for that. Okay. There's our first set of housing. I've got nobody that's able to haul the logs right now, so I do have to wait a short bit. So as soon as we have enough logs generated... Yep, I know. Thanks for warning me. So what's happening here is the people that I assigned to the granary and the storehouse... They get these carts out, and they come and grab the raw materials to deliver back to those storehouses. And these can hold, I think, 10 units each. So they're going to be able to pull this up and get it delivered pretty quickly. And now that it's empty, that disappears. Now, as soon as these burgages are done, these will be able to move the families in, and this little camp will disappear also. This hitching post is where the oxen is located. So you can actually relocate this, and you can relocate a number of the buildings without any cost just by pressing this key here. So you want to have your ox located or home-based kind of near where all the logs are and or where the logs are going to be needed. So move this around as needed to shorten the distances of travel as your little villages move up. All right. Now that those guys are done, what are you going to get now? What's left to haul? Oh, firewood. They're going to haul firewood. So there are storage quantities available in the various production locations. So they're going to grab this and haul it over to the storage. As soon as they deliver that load, I'm going to go ahead and turn off the people I have working on the storehouses. Okay. Goodbye, bot. And Alright, let's take these people out, because I need people doing other things. He stops in the middle of the road, leaves his cart. And starts working. That's what we need. We need people working. How is the up? Berry production is up. I need to get somebody starting to collect food. We're okay for a little bit longer, but we can't leave it for too much time. I forget which engine this one's using.
Hey, where are the pegs? Oh, there they are.
Alright, so burgage completed. One of our family members has jumped in, so we have 1 in with 4 still remaining available once they're built. We'll look at that here in a bit after we get them all built. Ox is still delivering logs. Our first kind of achievement is getting the 5 houses built and getting all the families in. So here's the first rainfall, and luckily we managed to get all of our raw materials off the ground and into storage before it happened, so we don't have to worry about any wastage from that. He's sitting here waiting for logs to be delivered. It's nice, there's lots of variety built into the buildings, especially when you do different kind of shapes for them. And as you can see, we've got differentiation in the backyards and what the backs of the buildings look like, which really helps add a lot of flavor. April already. We need 1 more log. There we go. Okay, so there we go. Resources are being added to the inventory. We're getting some shields and some spears delivered to us. Strong militia is paramount to the survival of any settlement. Luckily, a shipment of weapons has just arrived, and you'll now be able to create your first militia banners to serve you and protect your people. However, we'll need more weapons to equip all the people as the settlement grows, either by making them or importing them from other lands. Alright, I'm not actually going to form the militia quite yet. We'll get to that, but not super critical. Now, as part of completing that, we have been awarded a point, so our current settlement level is now small village. I can click on this to open a development view, and it shows us what we need to get the next achievement, and that's moving to a settlement level of medium village. To do so, we need to have 5 burgage plots and 2 level 2 burgage plots. So we need more burgage plots, and then 2 of them need to be upgraded to level 2, which we'll do in pretty short order. Let's go ahead and click on that, and it brings us to kind of a tech tree. This is the tech tree itself, divided into 4 sections. We also have a policies section, which I don't know if I've never actually done anything in here. I don't know if this is active yet. And then a production screen that's blank still. And then in the development section, there's a bunch of entries that are still locked. They're not available yet. They're work in progress. But the kind of are divided into general sections. We kind of have production up here. So we have the heavy plow, or this is the farming area up here. So we have an orchardry, sheep breeding, and then a heavy plow, which helps plow the fields and bring the crops in a lot faster. This side over here, we've got trapping, forest management, which doubles the capacity of berry deposits, and beekeeping, and advanced skinning for more, doubles the amount of meat harvested. Over here is mostly trade related, so foreign suppliers, trade logistics, better deals, and down here is weaponry and armor. So it allows a blacksmith to craft helmets and some other options. So the development, but we'll be able to spend points in here. I think I'm just going to go the trade route and pick this one, followed by better deals. So trade logistics, establishing a new trade route always costs a maximum of 25 regional wealth, followed by better deals, which lowers the tariff cost of importing foreign goods and makes it cheaper by 10 for each item. So we'll do that for the moment. That's all of our upgrade. We know what we need to do to get to the next level. We are pretty short on food. I definitely need to get somebody doing some berry harvesting now. So let's go ahead and get one of those families assigned to berry harvesting. We've got all of the initial buildings up that we needed. There's a few other things we're going to be doing here momentarily, but let's see. I'm going to let things run for just a little bit while we recover some resources. I definitely need to get there's several other things we need. In order to upgrade a burgage to level 2, I guess I should show you that. So we come to this screen. I haven't shown you the house screen yet. So this is the residential tab. We can either upgrade to level 2, in which case we need 4 wood to do it, but we haven't met the requirements in order to do it so far. And these are the requirements right here. So you just have to check off all of these options. They need water access, which is simple. We just have to build a well for the village to access. We have to build a church. That is simple, but we need one additional type of raw material or finished material in order to build the church. We need planks instead of just timber. So we need to put a saw pit up to turn logs or timber into planks. We have to have a fuel stall with supplied materials in our marketplace. So we have to be producing in our woodcutter's lodge enough firewood for fueling the fires to have a little bit of an excess that they sell in the marketplace. Same thing, we need food stall with supply of 2 different food types. And then we need a clothing stall supply. And all that requires at this level is to have a supply of linen, leather, or yarn. And leather we can get a couple of ways. Linen and yarn are tougher. Those are later items. And that's pretty much on this screen. So we just need to supply these needs, at which point, once they're all checked off, we'll be able to click this and go ahead and upgrade it to a level 2 burgage, which has various benefits. Particularly, it generates 1 income of regional wealth per family per month. And it also gives you additional extensions, which is where we get our artisans like blacksmiths and things like that. Then there's also a backyard extension option, which we're actually going to do now. So if we click on this, we only have access to this left-hand column right now. So this would be the vegetable garden, the chicken coop, the goat shed, or an apple orchard. But we don't have the orchardry to do that currently. So it's pretty much these 3. Now, this is one way we can secure the different food sources we need. We have access to berries, and if I set up somebody to go hunting the animals, we'll have meat. But we could also just get a chicken coop, which will give us a passive yield of eggs, or we can have a backyard garden, which grows vegetables, and that would also meet the requirement. And these are just passive incomes, and they don't require anybody from the family. They kind of work on it in their own spare time when they're not doing the jobs we want them to do elsewhere. When we move to a level 2 and we do these kind of upgrades, this is basically taking that family out of the workforce. They are specializing, they're becoming blacksmiths, they're becoming armorers, cobblers, and so on. So it works a little differently once you hit this level. But it means you have local production of these kinds of items instead of having to import them from other locations. For now, I'm going to pick chicken coop. And for this one, I'm going to pick a vegetable garden. That way we have an easy access to 3 different food types. And that almost zeroes out our regional wealth. So we're having to pay for each one of those. So that's all we can afford currently. And they'll just start working on that, and we'll start gaining those resources over time. And that's kind of how the housing works. We do need to get another set built. So the way this works for growth of the village is that if we have additional housing available that's unoccupied and our approval is over 50, then we will have a slow influx of people. And the higher you can raise your happiness or your approval rating, the faster you'll get new folks moving in. The number will move up here pretty quickly. They just moved into these houses, so we're still suffering the homelessness debuff, negative. So we'll get rid of that. Plus, we're going to start having other bonuses that'll get us above 50 pretty quickly. But we do want to get some other houses built here pretty soon so we can start taking advantage of immigration. All right, what are we looking at? We got 18 timber, which is an okay amount, but I need to get the saw pit built. So let's go ahead and get that organized. So it's under, yeah, right there, saw pit. So it just takes 2 timber to put it together. You'll notice the trees around the logging camp are getting cut down and brought in for usage, and eventually we'll need to move this or set an area. But the further they have to go, the logs actually have to be moved, just like I mentioned before. So we're going to relocate that eventually. So for the moment, I think I'll just kind of tuck it in right here. I'm probably going to have more housing in this section. I'm going to move my hitching post and we'll put another set of housing in here. So yeah, let's put it right here. All right, so that's going to, the saw pit's going to start getting us the planks that we need, and that's necessary for the church. The church is going to give us a boost to our approval rating once we get up as well. And then we also are going to need a tannery, industry, that one. We're going to need a tannery in order to produce leather. That's going to be the requirement that we need for the burgages, because we need to have leather on the marketplace in order to satisfy the clothing demand. And that I'm going to put over here. Alright, let's let them just work on that for a little bit. And we'll check our resources. So there we go. Family members join one of the settlers. So another one of our burgages have been occupied. We got one more family that hasn't moved in yet. And we won't have that homelessness thing anymore. So we can zoom in and check out the chicken coop. And the garden has been no vegetables yet, but it started. Four of the timber in order to get that thing up, huh? I've only got one family available to do hauling and construction currently. Let's back this down to one. We've got 20 timber. See if one can keep ahead of that while we get all this building done. All 5 of the burgers are now done, so we'll get rid of that last homeless list debuff here in a short bit. Tannery is complete. Now we're getting to the point where we have more buildings that need work than we have families to work them. So this is the point where we need to try to push up our approval rating and get another family or two in. But to do that, we've got to get some things done. So let's prioritize. Let's see. We've got 4 months now with food being the short end. Let's put a second person to work here. Get our food level up a little bit further. Only May, so we're doing fine. And I would like to get the saw pit going because the church will give us a bonus. But getting market stuff going is going to be possibly more important. Unfortunately, our animal hunting is way over here. Oh, I'm aware of the real-world implications of the tannery and the absolutely magnificent stench that is generated by tanneries. That's not modeled in this game, though, so we're not having to worry about that. I want the tannery near where I'm storing the raw materials that the tannery is going to use and near the marketplace where the items are going to be sold. So we are optimizing the game metrics as opposed to the real-world consequences of having a tannery right next to the population base. Okay, I got one person not working. We're not constructing right now. I don't have anything to turn into. I don't have any hides, basically. So the tannery is kind of useless without hides. So that means I am going to need, despite the distance, I'm going to need to get somebody over here hunting the animals. Another option would be to set one of these up with goats, but I don't have the money and it's going to take too long. So I think what I'll do is I'm gonna punch a road through to here so we don't have to go all the way around. And then we'll go from here up to here. And we'll drop in a hunting lodge. It's going to take a little while for that to get built. But we need that. We won't be able to progress until we get that going as well. So just need to let a little bit of time pass, and we just try to prioritize our folks depending on what we need. I think we're okay on timber for a little bit. Pull somebody off of that. We've already got 2 there. That should help speed that up. We've got fuel for 9 months now. I'm going to pull that person off of the firewood lodge. That gives me 3 available. Actually, might be good to set up the additional housing now. At least get a couple of them built. So, let's go. Residential, burgage plot. Oh, actually, wait. I want to move my hitching post before I do. Move you over till I move the source of the logs. We'll put the hitching post. I think on the inside corner here. All right, and then road. Delete. Uh-oh, somebody come and get that log out of there. Yeah, I need that log to go away. How many can we get in here? 3. Yeah, that makes it pretty odd if we try to sink it in over there. Yeah, it's fine. Technically, 2's all we need, so 3's fine. We need 5 level 1s and 2 level 2s, so I only need 7, but we'll go with 8. Alright, max speed. So he's doing the relocation of the the hitching post. Did we get this done? We did. Alright. Get somebody hunting. So for hunting, you want to be a little cautious. So this is a normal wild animal resource node, so it only has 20 animals. You don't want to hunt it out entirely, so you have an option in here to set how many to leave, so it won't hunt further down than 10 remaining animals currently. So we'll hunt 10, then we'll wait for them to repopulate, then we'll hunt again, and so on. That'll over time get us a little bit of hides and meat, so we'll get food as well as hides that we can turn into leather to satisfy our burgage upgrades. Alright, 2 unassigned. I think the only thing we're building now is these. More animals, I mean, is helpful, but also somewhat expensive. So I need 20 regional wealth in order to get another ox ordered in. We only have 10 currently. As soon as we get enough, if we grow fast enough, I can equip our menfolk with the large shields and the spears, and we'll go hunting raiders. And doing so, when we raid their base camps, we get a bunch of wealth that we can either give to the local village so that we can get them upgraded, or we can keep it for our own personal treasury so we can work on setting up our personal retinue of warriors and mercenaries and not rely on our villagers to do our fighting and defending. So, second ox would be great, but it's a little further down the line. Yeah, there is the smell menu, which isn't doing anything currently. So when we click on this, we have smell, work in progress, fire hazard, work in progress. So there's things that are not quite implemented yet. I haven't shown the fertility stuff because we're not going to be farming for a little while. But when we get to this view and you click here, you can click on one of these filters. Unfortunately, we are not in one of the really fertile areas. So emmer, flax, barley, and rye. So we got a little bit of rye capability, but otherwise it's a terrible area. As opposed to our neighbor. Got all sorts of fertility. So we'll probably look at taking over one of the neighboring territories instead of trying to do any farming in this one. And we got some rain. We're at 19 out of 28, are we? Okay. That's with nobody still over here. Okay, let me review real quick. So we got our burgage plots. We are going to need a well, and we're going to need to get the church. We still have no planks. I didn't put anybody on the saw pit. So let's get the saw pit operational. We do need to designate a well, and I have it set so that there are underground water flows. So I'm just going to pick this spot over here for the well. Actually, let's put it over here. So, once we get that built, and I don't have any people to work to build it right now, but once it gets built, pretty much the only thing we need is the church. We're just waiting on the church, and then some hides that we can turn into leather, and then we can get our level 2 burgages upgraded. Oh, you mean the hunting spot? I don't know what changes the speed of renewal on the animals, other than possibly, well, if it's a rare deposit, then there's a lot more animals there. But I don't know if anything changes the renewal speed. Unfortunately, in our territory, we got stone-rich stone deposit and a rich clay deposit. We didn't get either of the food options as a rich location, so... Alright, we'll let some time pass. We're up to 8 months, 15, 16 months of food. I hate to pull people off of berry picking. We're in June. Let's go to 1-person berry picking. That way we can get that construction work going. That'll get the well built. So if we take a look at our burgages, you can see we have our food supply requirement met because we have a food stall that has at least 2 food types. We've got 4 currently. Eggs from our chickens, berries, the bread we started with, and tiny bit of meat from our hunting. No vegetables yet out of the gardens, which are being worked back here. Those will show up eventually.
Anywhere else.
Get on over there, Ox. Alright. Well is complete. Resource stolen. They stole 3 of my bread. You bastards. Alright, so the water access is now complete. So for church, we're looking for, not firewood. Looking for planks. I need, I think, 20 planks. So as soon as that says 20, we'll queue up the church. And then it's down to the hides in the marketplace. I'm not going to build anything else for a little bit. Let's go, I don't know if it really helps us to put another person in here. 4 hides and 5 meat. Alright, we'll do it for a little bit. I just need to get enough in initially to get this upgrade done. Okay. Let's do... put a road in. Starting to get the trees cut back pretty far now. I have to consider relocating some of these in the not too distant future. Another option you can do, instead of just letting them chop nearby, you can go to advanced and you can select a specific area that they'll work. So I can click on this and then I can say, alright, work this or work that or whatever I want. We'll leave it alone for the moment. Planks are not increasing. Hey, Sawpit, what's going on? You're not getting logs delivered because the ox is busy doing other things? Where's my ox? I don't know how to locate my ox. People. Not going to show me the people. Where would the ox have gone? Shouldn't be on the road out that direction. Doesn't need to deliver anything there. Yeah, I'm not sure where the ox is at, unless he's out here dragging logs in. But I'm not foresting currently. I don't know. I don't know where the ox went off to. Alright, let's just do 2 more burgages to the side of these real quick. There he is. He was in the hut over here. Alright. He was hanging out inside the shelter. Maybe he was hiding from the rain.
Berries so plump and juicy, you'll want to eat them by the bushel.
More resources stolen. Unassigned family, or I think that was the old message. Unassigned family is needed for construction work. Yeah. We're up to what? 8 months and 8 months? I've already cleared that out. Cleared that out. Actually, I think I can hit tab. Tab shows me stuff. None. I got 2 doing that, 1 doing that. So 2, 3. Only other one I have is that. 4 or 5 over here. Yep, 4 or 5 over here. And we've got it hunted down. Alright, I need to get somebody allocated to hauling goods. That's part of the problem. So, let's do, not the tannery. Let's do the storehouse first. Alright. This should have the family members. So grab the wagons and start delivering raw materials much more economically. Theoretically. Where the hell are you going with that? Oh, transporting firewood. Okay. There we go. That's what I was waiting for right there.
Get your fresh meat here.
Wow. Apparently, I don't have a good road. My little road spur here, he totally ignored. He went from there straight overland. Huh. Alright. Maybe I need to put a road in, like, here. We'll try that. It's not going to be out until the 26th. Going to be available just about everywhere on the 26th in early access. So this is what I was waiting for. I needed somebody to come over here and start grabbing this stuff. So apparently that was the granary worker. Now I need the storehouse worker to get over here and grab up these hides so we can get them converted to leather.
Bring this here. Move.
New merc companies available. Oh, new family started moving in. We're up to 6 families. So, we're right at 50% approval. How do we still have homelessness listed? That's weird. I definitely need more market food variety. That's part of the problem.
Poor quality, he said. Impossible.
106 out of 250. At least that person used the road. Alright, now the hides are on the way. Yeah, it's unfortunate how far away that is. Okay. Now we're at 54%. Alright, so if we've got hides, which we do, I need to get the tannery going now.
Come on, people, get to work.
I need some immigration is what I need. I don't have enough people to work all the jobs I need done. July. Oh yeah, how we doing on, ooh, 40 planks. Alright, let's turn that off for now. Get the church down, and that's the last big building we need initially. So, church. Where can I fit this in? How about right in there? Can't quite tell if that fully connects.
Don't forget to check the level of the foundation.
Okay, with that, if we can get some hides produced and on the market, we have a clothing stall now. We have some hides, or some leather, I mean. Is it registering here yet? Not quite yet. So church, and that is all we need. And then we just need logs to do the level 2 upgrades. And we should be in pretty good shape after that. We should see some immigration. We'll get our militia formed up, and we'll go hunting those bandits if they're still around. If the Baron hasn't taken them out yet. Get some more people working on that. Alright, 3 more logs. Come on, Earhart. All them logs. Oh, we're up to 7. Alright, one more log, tiny bit of hammering, and we're good to go. He stole 5 of my timber. Alright, let a little bit of time pass. And it's still waiting for the church to click in. I don't know how often it checks those kinds of things. There we go. We have met all the requirements. Let's upgrade the, actually, do I want to upgrade those or upgrade? Yeah, let's upgrade these. Whoops. Not that. You're kidding me. That's interesting. Is it a first come, first serve thing for church access? Fuel stall supply. That's been abandoned. There's only 3, so I don't have enough fuel in there for all the people, huh? Alright.
Let's go, people.
Have a couple of woodcutters. So it's closest to the marketplace gets served first, so I don't have enough fuel for all the houses. I'm not sure what the deal is with the church requirement, but I know the fuel thing is because of that. Let's go ahead and get this one upgraded. We meet all the requirements. Why are we not? Oh, I need 4. I'm out of timber. Those guys stole my timber. I'm down to 2. Damn it. Used more than I expected. Alright, we're not manufacturing for a bit. Let's just let some time pass. Let's see. Who's where? Those are empty. That's fine. I do need you. I need you. You and... we got the one there. Alright. Yeah, we'll let some time pass. Already August. I got plenty of food set aside, so we just need to keep somebody chopping firewood for fuel. We should have a pretty big, or a pretty rapid increase in people joining our village now. We've got up to 58%. We've got slots available still. I need to get the next one going, but that means I need to have the logging camp going. And it's getting a little farther away. So, what do I want to clear out next? I might tuck it kind of down here. I'm going to wait a little longer before I do that.
Why do I have to carry this alone?
Takes a while for them to run out, chop the tree down, then they have to limb it, and then the ox comes out and drags it in. Alright. Now I just need to get somebody unassigned to be able to build those 2 upgrades. Bandit camp sighted. I need a few more people. We don't have quite enough. I didn't get expanded quite as fast as I wanted. Come on. Taking too long. Alright, one to go.
Step right up and sample.
Come on, people. Get to work.
Apparently the slowdown is just getting the logs delivered. One more. While we wait for that, let's zoom out. So we've got a bandit camp right there. Probably. I don't like being adjacent to the Baron. I much prefer it when I'm on the far side of the map from the Baron. So yeah, ideally we get to that before the Baron sends a group out to get to it. So once we get this upgrade done, I'll form up the militia. We've got 8 people currently, 8 families. I think that's 16 men for our militia, which should be enough to deal with the bandits. Be nice if we could get one more family emigrate before I go after those guys. Alright, so we got the requirements done. So we've upgraded again. Let's go ahead and grab better deals. We are now a medium village. So to go to the next one, we need 5 level 2 burgage plots. That's pretty easy, since we've already satisfied the burgage level 2. Yeah, we've already settled. So just need more wood and we get the others upgraded. So that'll be nice. Alright, let's do the army man thing. So if we go to army and we say create, we currently have in our inventory 20 large shields and 20 spears. So we can choose between a footman, a spearman, pike or polearm, and archer militia. So we're going to go with spear militia, of course, because we have spears. We were given these just by the scenario when we did the first upgrade. And yes, we have 16. Two menfolk per family. So 8 families gives us 16 menfolk. Should be enough to deal with the bandits. So ideally we get a couple more imports, families moving in, and we could get to 20, which would be great, but we'll just go with what we got. Alright, so now they are over there. Alright, that's a long run for us, but let's go ahead and form them up. Oh, just form up right there. So, we're going to have less production capability while we do this, but it's important that we actually do it. So, we're going to grab them. We have a number of commands here for the fighting style we want, whether we want them to be balanced, or stand your ground, or push forward, give ground, etc. Disband the unit, run, which we don't want to do. But I'm going to go... Let's see, stand your ground, defense is doubled, but attack frequency is halved. I'm just going to stay balanced. And we're going to tell them to move towards the border. Let's see, they're right there. Alright, you guys move to here. And we're going to ignore them for a little while. Alright, so, let's see. While the menfolk are away... What are we at? 14 timber, 20 planks. I don't need you for... Wait, I do need you. I don't need you. Be good to get the last of the berries in before they go rotten. But we're already sitting at 17 months of food, so I'm actually not too concerned about that. I think I'm going to ignore the rest of the berries for this season. And let's get Get another person there. How are we doing on the animals? We're sitting right at... Oh, we're actually slightly below. I'm going to leave you up. Let's get a little bit of organization work going on. Get everything stored up properly. Alright, so they're marching across to the point I told them to move to. So combat works a lot like kind of a simplified Total War style. Alright, so when we get close enough, they're going to see me and come out and try to fight me. So let's go here. We'll see if they spot me. It's important that we actually defeat these guys. Preferably, oh, here they come. Preferably with no losses. If we can manage it. 16 of them, 16 of me. How about we fight over here? We gonna make it there? Alright. So. We are on balanced. Yeah, let's stay on balanced. Single line. Alright, now we're just going to look at the numbers. 16 for me, 16 for him. You cannot access the game right now. It's not available until the 26th. $16-14. Hopefully it continues like that. 13. Ah, we lost somebody. I was really hoping to get through it without losing anybody. All right, so we have one. We're gonna switch to run mode now. We're gonna go pillage their camp. That's a bummer. We lost one of our guys. He got my tools! Oh my god. You've got to be kidding me. 3 seconds before I destroy their base, they steal 9 of the most valuable items that I could possibly own. You have got to be joking me. Now that is a serious bullshit pisser right there. Oh, there's another bandit camp. I'm going to assume it was those bandits that got me. Oh, that sucks so much. And of course, these guys are on the far side of the world, even further away from where I'm at currently. God damn it. Those were absolutely ridiculously valuable compared to everything else they could have stole. I mean, they stole timber, they stole some bread, then they stole my precision tools, the only precision tools I started with. That is a hammer blow to the nuts. And they got 9 out of 10 of them. Oh my god. Alright, so now we have a choice. We either send the resources to the town or to my own personal treasury. I'm going to do the first batch to the town. The regional wealth gained, but we're going to get another batch here in a second. It'll be 200 or 300 something total. And now I have to decide, do we continue on to that other camp there? We're down to 15 now. We'd probably still win, but chances are we would lose more units. Man, that really sucked. Screw it. Oop. Nope. Stop running. Stop running.
Yes, sire.
Effectiveness 24%. No, I don't think I'll get my tools back. I think they're just gone. Alright, well that does that. Well, that's going on over at the village. We still have a few berries to pick, which I started to ignore. We're at 6 months of fuel. Nothing in storage. Yeah, all we have is the ladies. They're trying to hold down all the work. The menfolk are all gone. We're not going to have much happening for a while.
Yes, sire.
I might have to go defensive on this one. It'll take longer, but hopefully we don't lose anybody. But if we manage to get the cash bump. Alright, let's go stand your ground. Where the hell did you put me? What the hell? I assumed it would put me right where my view is, but... I don't know where it's putting me. Weird. Huh. I don't know how to dictate a location. Yeah, oh well. I was hoping to walk around near the battle, but... Put you on the closest road? Oh, so I needed to have the fight on a road? We're nowhere near the road. We must be back here. Oh well. That's kind of an odd choice. Alright, so 16 to 15. They're on whatever that symbol is. We're on defense, so let's see what happens. It's not looking good. 15 to 15. 14, 12. Ah, we lost somebody. And we won. So we lost 2 total to win 2 fights. So we got, we're up to 256 after the first fight. I think I'll take 1 more to the town. Or do I start building it my own now? Now let's take 1 more to the town. Then after that, we'll do to my own personal. Alright, now we gotta bring him back. Come home, guys. You got a long march. Where the hell's my village? First, get to the right area. There we go.
Yes, sire.
Alright, so with all that money, there's things we can do. I haven't built a trading post yet to start doing any trades. Do we have anything in surplus? I mean, we're up to 19 tools. I wonder if we did get our tools back, or if we... I should have checked my tool count before I looted that. I'm not sure where the extra tools would have come from, though, unless it was one of the upgrades for the city we got. Gave us a free supply. We could sell berries, but we're heading into winter, and that's our primary food source currently. Not making much in the way of eggs. 6 months is plenty. Yeah, we'll see. But we'll do some burgage plot upgrades. So we did those 2 already. We got 1 garden. We got 1 chicken. Let's go ahead and do... get a goat shed. We'll get more chickens and more chickens. Alright, right now we've got 2 level 2s. I've got 19 timber. It costs 4 to upgrade, I think. Oh, I gotta wait till those upgrades are done. Yeah, 4 per. Alright. That's... I think this is not what I thought. Burger's plots, so apparently I have to get ones of the next level. I thought I already had level 2, but I don't.
Berries so plump and juicy, you'll want to eat them by the bushel.
Either Zytrio. Oh, I'm doing just fine. Wee bit early for me. Winter is approaching. Are all the menfolk back yet? Nope. They got a long way to go still. We're up to 63. Market food variety is +7. Uh-oh, we need more housing. We got 10 and 10. We're maxed out. Let's see. Probably should have put a road in here. Road access. Oh, that's right. I need to flip this around. So, like so. Good morning, Gamamon. I guess I do have it right. So, 3 out of 5. Soon to be 4 out of 5. Hey, the menfolk are back. Alright. Disband. Get back to work. Alright, much better. November. Yeah, we'll be fine. Let's just do that back to 1. That back to 1. Yeah, 7 timber. Alright, leave it 2. How do we still have some berries left? We got a food stall, a firewood stall, a clothing stall, another food stall, and another firewood stall. All right. Need one more, huh? Level 1 or higher, 9 out of 10. This will solve that. So are these all level 2 now? Nope. Alright, that'll be the last level 2 that we need.
Fresh meat. Get your fresh meat
We've
here.
got the backyard specials set up.
Meat so tender, it practically melts in your mouth. Come and see for yourself.
Work that hammer. Can't quite get in. I don't get to walk through walls like they do.
This is heavier than it looks.
Step right up and sample.
Bread, freshly baked and still warm from the oven. Don't be shy, good sirs and ladies.
Come one, come all. Feast
Cheating?
your eyes
Never.
on our fine
Perhaps he
selection.
simply does not know how to cook properly. Come one, come all. Feast
Step
your eyes
right
on our
up
fine
and sample.
Don't be shy, good sirs and ladies.
Alright, things to think about.
Heavier than it looks.
So, why is there no progress on these yet? I know I got some other stuff going on, but why? I know storage is full there, and that's normal. How are we doing over here? 68. And 142. Where are you going, Ox? Are we still doing my burgage? We're still doing my burgage upgrades. I think the Ox is doing double duty between delivering logs for the burgage upgrades as well as grabbing logs out in the forest. Yep, he's going to grab logs out in the forest too. That's why it's taking so freaking long. Alright, trading hitch, hitching post, order another ox. So after placing an order, a livestock merchant will come to your town and deliver the animal, can be placed once a month. Alright, give me another ox. That'll help.
Meat, meat, get your meat here. So fresh it's practically still mooing.
Kind of waiting for that to get done before I start setting up the trading post. We're missing out on prime... immigration because I don't have any houses. Not enough stable space. Build more hitching posts or upgrade one to a stable. Alright. It's going to be about time to move all of this. The trees are pretty damn far away. So, I might move it. I don't know, over here, start building out that way, or get rid of this section, start building out this way. Or just deeper into the woods. Plus I need to start building here. I think I'll set it up over here, and we'll start building the next housing development right in here, so they don't have to go far to deliver. So, first... finish what we're doing. Get those done, at least 1 or 2 of them. I want to get the trading post up, and then we'll relocate this stuff.
We all know what that means.
Come on, laddie.
He went all the way down here and then around instead of just going right there. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. But he chooses to go straight across the other time. Oh, that is wacky. The pathing! The pathing! Oh, 2 oxen! The merchant showed up.
Come on, laddie.
That's much better. Alright, what are we going to pick next? We're pretty much done in this tree other than foreign suppliers, which I don't know a lot about. Firewood cart, food cart, permanent market stalls, huh? Nah, let's go for... should we go for basic armor making? Let our blacksmiths make helmets. And then followed by mail armor.
Come on, laddie. Come on.
There we go. 77% approval. 4 slots available. We definitely need to get working on the next group. Marketplace is here. I'd really like to get some housing set up over here. I want to keep it as close to the market as I can, so this is kind of my next plot plan. What do we got? Ooh, lots of timber. Alright. Let's slow this down. Well, we have a lot actually. Let's get this relocated. You move kind of up here. Uproot as few trees as we can. Can't quite get up. One tree. Doink. Alright, where are we going to put a path to this thing? Let's see. I want to get some housing in. Oops. We'll do like so. So, new logging camp up among the trees up there. Saw pit. Get you relocated there. And woodcutter's lodge. Alright, so the supplies will get moved out over time, and then the small stable, let's get you moved right in there for now. I know I can.
We all know what that means.
I'm aware, I've mentioned it. It doesn't prevent the fact that if I do tell them to work a specific area, they still have to drag it back to the site of the logging camp. Which is the thing I'm trying to prevent. If I left the logging camp here and told them to go harvest this, they still have to make that long trek back and forth every single time. So by taking the time to move the actual base, then they have very short routes for a while at least. So it's all a which do you value more type of thing. But I also wanted to get it out of there because I want to get clean areas where I can set up my more housing districts and work districts and so on. Alright. Yeah, I know, not enough stable space. Let's, oh, stable's up. We have, oh, that must be an old message. Huh. Why is it still showing? Weird. Alright, what are we at? We're at 11 out of 14, so we had another person show up. That means we should have... I don't know, with the 2 men that died during the fighting, have they been replaced? No. Because we've got 11, which normally be 22 guys. Why are we at 18? 11 families should be 2 each. Huh. Well, it says 22 out of 36 in the upper section up here. Equipment missing. Oh, sure. Yeah, why is this... Oh, I only have 18 spears. I got 22 guys, but I only have 18 spear shield combos. So do I, when the guys die, we don't pick up their equipment? that seems a little weird. Huh. Alright. Well, we know what's going on. Alright, how we doing? Everything rebuilt? Rebuilt. So get you logging again. 8 months, huh? 18 planks. That should be enough to get most of the current building stuff done. And timber's actually pretty good as well right now. Let's turn this stuff off. I'm gonna keep doing wood cutting for a bit so we get a little better supply. And let's see. Need to get the trading post up. Alright, trading post. So, enables trading with the visiting traveling merchants, trade points, and trading posts in other regions. Regional wealth is the currency used for trade. When employed, one family member travels to nearest possible destination to conduct trade, while other family members help manage the inventory. If needed, assigned families will automatically set up stalls on the marketplace to sell imported goods. So we definitely need that. I'm going to put it right here. I'd like it to be oriented. Oh man, don't do that to me. I'm exactly the space where it's going to freak out. Oh well. It's fine. So that just needs timber. And let's take a look at the list. So we're good on the logging camp, woodcutter's lodge, saw pit. We've got the forester. We haven't done a forester's hut, which replants trees essentially. Charcoal kiln is locked. We've got the hunting camp and the forager, and we don't have an apiary. Next up, we haven't started mining anything yet, so we should probably get started on some stone cutting and maybe some iron. After, I need a few more, I want one more good set of burgages, so we've got plenty of room for people to show up. We're up to 81% approval now, so we've got a rich clay deposit, but it's way the hell over there. We've got a rich stone deposit real close, which is nice. Just bring this road up and get a stone quarry going. And then we've got iron right there, which we're going to need for doing our blacksmithery stuff. But I think we'll get the trading post up, figure out what we're going to do with that, and then we'll run some roads up and start looking at getting some of that developed as we get a few more people in. We've got enough to cover our basic needs, and we'll make it through the winter with no problem. Can't do much with the animals. Probably one hunter here just to bring us the meat, and the occasional hides is all we're going to get. The berry farm is done until it starts growing again in the spring and summer. So yeah, that's what we'll work on. And we should have... I need to get a hold of some more spears and shields, whether we build them or whether we buy them. I need to get... If I can get just 20 guys for the militia, they'll be able to handle the normal bandits. We have no bandits on the map currently for us to go get money from. But if any more bandits show up, our militia should be able to handle them at this point. As soon as I can get the shield or the spears and shields ordered. I don't know if they escalate as time goes by. We're getting close to about as far as I've played into the game for testing. We haven't encountered the things that need the tools yet. We're still really early in the production phases. As soon as I start getting these level 2 and then level 3 burgages going, now we can pick these types of options. So right there you can see it enables production of tools, spears, and sidearms. That's the blacksmith. I don't know when tools become necessary. I mean, at some point we're going to need tools. I don't see it on any of the list here yet. So, sometime. I got a lot of specializations we can buy and pay for as well. I'm kind of holding the wealth until we get the trading post up. So I can take a look at that. I don't have a lot of experience with the trading post stuff yet. And we just got another family. We're up to 12. I got way too many people not doing useful stuff. Let's see. One each there. That should be plenty. Still need to get this stuff moved. It's not susceptible to the weather, the raw logs, so I'm not worried about it, but nobody on there. I guess I do need to get this going. What does having a person here do? Not sure what having a person here in this table does. Yeah, we're good for the moment. We've got 9 months of fuel, and we're heading into the point where the berries are going to become available. We got a little bit of meat coming in, and once the trading post's up, we'll have additional options and opportunities. So, well, this is a terrible place for us to try to farm, so I haven't bothered setting up any farms. If we look at the fertility levels, it's pretty bad. And we got a few bright spots. Flax is absolutely terrible. Barley's absolutely terrible. A bit of rye, so we could do a bit of rye farming somewhere in here. But I'd rather just take over my neighbor here. Once we get control of this, it's pretty much green, 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 green. That would be simpler, just to set up a huge farming community over here as our next option. So, that's my plan. Plus, it's got a rich berry deposit over there, so that would keep us fed for pretty much forever. And things are nice, tightly grouped. So, we're gonna subsist on berries and imported food if we have to until we get moved over there. So still waiting on that to finish. Yeah, I need to get more people assigned to specializations now that we've got a growing population. Or get the miners going, get this stuff actually set up. Stonecutter's camp doesn't have to be on top of the stones. It's just a place for them to organize while they walk over and pick the stones up, essentially, and break the big ones down. But we'll put it close up here anyway. Mining pit does go right over top of the deposit. That's my understanding anyway.
Get to work.
Alright, people. You heard the man. Get to work. Trading post. Alright. We are going to put a family in there. At least one. Trade. So. It's different categories. And this is where we can trade incoming and outgoing. We've got the bonuses. Trade logistics. Establish a new trade route always costs a maximum of 25 regional wealth. And then better deals. Removes the tariff, making things 10 cheaper. So if we go in here, trade military, I want to get some more spears. So route required. So we spend 25 to get the route established. Then I want to say, oh, does it take time? I can't set numbers yet. Trade route is set to no trade. Oh, okay, yeah. I want to import spears. Desired surplus. I think I'm going to set one of my families to make the large shields for now, and some of the armor stuff. Alright, so we'll try to import some spears, and I'll do the same for shields for now. Actually, no, I don't want to spend this to do the trade route. We'll just do that, and we'll see what happens. So currently, no crops. We got a few berries and some eggs. Let's leave that alone. I don't know that I have enough of anything really to sell yet. I gotta start focusing on getting surpluses now that we've got a bunch of families moving in. Guess we could sell planks. Make some roof tiles or blocks. Yeah, we'll have to figure something out. We'll see what happens with the spear stuff first. Alright, so storage. Oh yeah, I haven't hit this people button before. So the people button, when you click on it, it shows you where the people are associated with that family and what they're doing. Which is pretty cool. Transporting, guiding an ox, waiting for stuff. Alright, we'll just wait and see if the spears show up. We're building a couple of things, which should be pretty quick. One more log. As the log arrives, everybody has to run back. And only a single log there. New family, we're up to 13 out of 14. Oh crap. Time to build some more burgages. Alright, so stone, rich deposit. Go ahead and get at least one family working there to get an initial supply. Send forth the ox. Bandit camp. Over there. Okay. We got plenty of timber. Where's the ox? There he is. All these people ran up there, did absolutely nothing, and then ran back again. Now the ox shows up, and they're going to have to all run back up there again. Wacky. All right. Band of raiders roaming the nearby land. Should we track their steps? Yeah. All right. So that's different. And another ruler's army has been sighted. So where are you? So that guy has brought his forces onto the map. The bandit camp here is different than the raider message. So this we're going to go smite now. The raiders are going to show up at the end of the year. We got 365 days. The raiders are going to be here. So we need to try to upgrade and get stronger forces, not just our militia, but try to get an actual retinue set up, or maybe mercs, one or the other, or both. I don't know how big the raider attack is. I haven't played anywhere near that far. How can you play this game? You can't. It's not going to be publicly available until the 26th. Content creators were given early access to show the game off to folks, but it's not available until the 26th to purchase. And I still don't know why I'm getting this message. Horses. I also don't know the benefit of a horse versus the ox. Maybe I'll build another stable just to make the message go away, hopefully. Hey, Tannery. Alright. Marketplace is moving. Trading post. Still has my... I don't know if this means... always keep 7 surplus, or what? We go to my army. We're still at 18. But it says we have 26 out of 36 spears now. And 18 out of 36 shields. So that's the limiter, is the shields now. Huh, alright. Chickens. I think all of these, this row here was food. Garden, chickens, goat, chickens. I haven't done anything with those. I don't think I've done anything with these. Are you all level 2? You're not, just this one. We're all level 1s also. Alright. So you, let's switch you to that, the joiners. Now the joiners is ready. I want you to produce large shields, which takes planks. Means we're going to need to get the top hit going again, which is still going. What are we up to? 33 timber, 23 planks, stone tools, wooden parts, roof tiles, and blocks. Still got plenty of food and fuel. No problems there. Still sitting on some wealth. Upgrade a couple more burgages.
Let's go, people.
Get some iron mining going on. I'll just let these trickle in for a while and worry about using them later. Animals are still holding with our one hunter, so not much we can do there. Yeah, I might export stone. We have the rich stone deposit. Yeah, let's set up to export some stone. See how that works. So 53 is our current. So I want to maintain export. I want to make sure I always have, we'll say 30 for now. So they'll sell until we hit that number and then they'll stop exporting. Oh, hey, look at that. We have 5 surplus. Ah, okay, I see. So, yeah, let's just leave it at 5 surplus. So we've outfitted all of our current guys, and we have 5 extra. And we're just going to maintain that. I'm not going to set up any other ones right now. Two unassigned families to do the various work, which is currently just upgrading my burgages. We've got all the resources except for clay being re-harvested. This is cool too. When you jump out to this map, it actually shows you what your village buildings and road networks and so on look like. A nice touch. All right, I need to go get that. He's got his units out, so we need to go take care of that. I was hoping to have more shields before I did. I don't have time to wait. So, we're going to go with our 18 guys and hope that's good enough. Oof, 28, just short on the shields. Yeah, let's go get them. Alright guys, time for the march. Don't run. Go the road right here. Go right here.
Forward! Be ready!
So yeah, we'll have berry production coming back online in a few months. Still sitting at 76. Got 2 more slots available for people to come in and join, which isn't enough. The next thing I need to focus on, we're going to not go regional wealth this time when we take out those bandits. We're going to put it in my own personal wealth, and I'm going to figure out how the retinue mercenary stuff works. We have 640 influence, huh? I think we need 1,000 in order to claim ownership on a territory. 1,000 to claim with influence, claim with king's favor. I don't know how you get that. So. I think the brigands will detect me by the time we get into kind of this little valley here.
Fire! Forward!
Yep, here they come. 16 to our 18. Last time we did a 16-16 and we lost 1 guy. I think I had it on balance then. This time we have a road, though. They're facing the wrong way. How do I get them to face the other way? How do I flip the direction? based on where I start the line. There we go.
Here we go, boy.
All right. First person view. Go watch the fight. Third person view, that is. $18.11. Cool. No losses. Run. Go get the loot. The ruler's army was sighted. Alright, we're not at war yet. Alright, this time I'm taking it out of my treasury. You guys are coming home.
Yes, sire.
Where did we sight his army? Oh, right there. Too late, my dudes. I already took care of it. What's he rocking? He's got archers and... what is that? Sword, spear, and archers? Flock of crazy geese. Light mercenary infantry. Light mercenary spearmen and light mercenary archers. Alright, bunch of mercs. So we have 191 in my treasury now, my personal treasury. I need to look at setting up our manor house. It's a good place to set up the manor house. Up on the hillside. Right in the middle of town. Kind of like the idea of having it up on the hillside. Required settlement level small village. And 20 planks that I don't have. 12 planks. We need more men. That's what we need. Here they come. Back to work with you. Uh-oh, we're at 14 out of 14. Damn it. Okay, let's do a nice big burgage plot. Burgage plot. Right in here. Let's see. Face it this way. Doubling up the houses. Even with that, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, with 5 backyard sections. Yeah, sure. Either trading post. We're up to 383 regional wealth. Does that mean we've been selling stuff? And how would I know if I wasn't paying attention? Holy crap. Whoa. I'm going to assume we've been selling stone. Wow. Okay. That's with one stone cutter out here? I mean, terrible price, but...
You'll not find finer wares anywhere else.
Hey, one monies. Yeah, is there like a history of sale information anywhere?
Oh, this is heavier than it looks.
Step right up and sample.
Plus 10. Okay. Let's pull people out of these for the moment.
I'll go deaf from all that hammering.
300 days for the raiders. How would it let me have export? I'm not sure what the distinction is. I've obviously been selling it. So does the trade route just increase the sale chances? Not sure I understand the distinction. Well, let's see what happens.
This is heavier than it looks.
Get to work, my people.
Berry production's back. Oh crap, did I have somebody on the forager hut the entire winter? That's silly. No planks. I'm only seeing one oxen running around. We're supposed to have two.
Come on, people. Get to work.
We had two when I first ordered that second oxen, so where did... Uh-oh. I'm sorry, Stonecutter. I just can't keep up with you, man. You are a beast. No more stone cutting for a little while. Yeah, I think something's broke about my stable or hitching posts. This message won't go away. It hasn't constructed that one yet because it's still doing this. Alright, we're at 19 out of 15 used out of 19. And we're up to 505. Oh, yeah. I guess the trading post helped a ton. Sold the surplus really quickly. Alright. I gotta figure out how to use all this money. We're up to 24 timber, but I'm not holding up on the planks. Where are all the planks going right now? Are they not being generated at all? I got 2 people in here, but I don't think any logs are being delivered because of the other production. What you doing there, Ox? You bringing logs? You're bringing logs up to the logging camp, but you're ignoring the saw pit. Huh. I'm confused.
Don't be shy, good sirs and ladies.
Yeah, the ox is just relocating the logs from the piles out here up to the logging camp. I'm still missing an ox somewhere. I've got this weird problem where I've got this, and I've only got 1 ox running around. We had 2 ox running around for a short period of time. So I think I got some kind of bug going on. Also, yeah, it did build the hitching space. I don't know. Not sure what's going on. I gotta assume it's a bug. Can't get them to deliver any logs into the saw pit so we can get planks. I had a message that some animals ran away. Probably because I think I bought the second ox before I upgraded the hitching post, which was fine. That would explain the missing ox. Well, it doesn't really explain it because it's been saying 2 out of 2 the entire time. So, I mean, if I did have one go missing, it should have dropped back down to 1 out of 2. So, it's still a bug. If I did lose one that way from it running away. Yeah, we got people joining faster than I can build houses now. Our approval rating's so high, but if I can't get my saw pit running, then it doesn't really matter. I can't operate without planks. There's the other ox, so another one has shown up. So when I look here, it still says 2 out of 2. When I look here, 1 out of 1. So we still got the mystery missing ox. Oh, we lost our original ox. We do have a button to zoom to the ox. This one doesn't list one, even though he's on the map. Weird. I mean, we got Heinz. Heinz is not showing up on that list. Yeah, I think we got some kind of weirdness. Some kind of bugs going on. I don't know. Save and reload could maybe do something. Haven't had the bug, haven't tested any kind of fix yet, so we'll try it here in a second. I'm mostly waiting for them to clear these out so I can then watch to see what they do. Because as soon as they finish transporting all of these, I'm going to watch, see if they then all of a sudden start transporting to the saw pit. And if not, we'll try a save and load. We got, what, one more log to go? Why do I have a thumbs down? I'm at 90% approval. This burgage plot causes a loss of approval. That one there, huh? What's your main issue? Requires refueling. Okay. Why are you having a problem refueling? Not like I don't have a ton of fuel sitting around. Abandoned firewood stall. There's none on the market. Alright, no problem. Well, sort of a problem. Okay, let's get these populated again. Lots of people. Do the work. Alright, what you doing, oxen? There they go. Apparently, the priority was getting all of this stuff relocated first. So, good to know. It still doesn't explain my missing ox, but at least they are now working to get the sawmill loaded. $18 out of 19 again. Alright, let's go ahead and put a manual save in. V1. Save. Let's dump all the way out. Okay, pause. So it fixed that problem, the reporting problem, so now everything is working properly. So definitely a bug occurred, just at least with the reporting part, and I didn't notice the animal running away message earlier. Otherwise, we're back in a pretty good spot. Alright, time to look at a few things. So now we should be getting some planks in finally, slowly. Let's get that fully crewed. I got 3 available still. We're sitting on 6 months with fuel being the short. Got 1 person there, 1 person there. I pulled a guy out of the stone pit. Go ahead and put him back in now that we know we're selling all the excess. We've hunted them down to 6? How the hell did you manage to do that? I have a 10 limit listed, buddy. Settle down. Don't hunt them to extinction. Alright. Back this off, back this off. And that gives me 4. I need to sort out all these burgages. I got a lot of, I got plenty of timber. I could level up almost everything. We got enough money that I could give them specialties. We got 1 guy doing shields here. So what do we got now? 3 spears. Why do we have 0 large shields? I've had you supposedly on making shields forever. I'm confused. Why does it say 3 spears there but no large shields? But at the bottom of the joiner's shop it says 4 spears, 4 shields. Return to the recruit pool. Now what does it say? 30 shields, 39 spears. I mean, okay. List none. I think that was... Oh god, I hope it didn't... Where did it put those? Where do I actually store these things? Are they in general storage? No. Wonder where the military items go. Or if they're just held separately. Accepted goods. Alright, they just hadn't been sent in yet. Well, I disbanded the militia, which seems to have put all the material back into the general pool. As soon as I reformed the militia, yes, they would hold those items in their houses to gear up whenever I make the call. But currently, I think if I let some time pass, all of these things are going to need to get transported into this storage unit. Unless I say don't, send to here. What I'm looking for, though, is upgrade to a large storehouse. Gee, guess what I need? Increases it to 2,500. 5 times the space for that amount of material? Holy crap. Wonder if it changes the footprint. It can't change the footprint because... Yeah, that would be weird. Huh. I can't believe 41 berries and 3 meat are providing us food for 6 months for this many people. Need to learn what the addition of horses and such helps with as well. Yeah, I don't know how fast this guy produces the shields, or how I could tell. Well, now it's back to that 4-on-4 listing. I think he has not been producing for forever because we've not had planks in a long time. And it probably shows like a progress bar of him building when he actually starts. I think that's the problem. Alright. Might need another sawmill is what I might need. $30 is going to be more than enough to take care of the intermittent bandits. We're getting close to maxing out our availability there. More shields and we'll be able to field a full 36. We've got the people. We just need the shields. So as soon as we get the planks going, that'll be good. So I'm not worried about that. Again, I have no idea just how bad the attack's going to be from the bandits in a couple hundred days. Oh, actually, the message is gone. Saving and reloading disappeared the message about the raider attack. That's not good. Does that mean it's not going to happen, or does that mean I'm just going to not know when it's going to happen? Because I don't like the second one of those two. Huh. Well, I just got to let time pass again to get the planks and get some berries and let stuff happen. We're already in July. Raiders near. Is that the message reoccurring? Oh, bandits there, huh? Not too far. He might be able to get military units out. $138 days. All right, so it's reset the message. Another ruler's army sighted again. We're at this time there. So we want to get there first. Means I've got to get this thing going. Hey guys, stop running. Can't find an excess. Yeah, I really need to get this thing going. Get this stuff delivered into town, please. Uh-oh. Oh, crap.
My lord. Yes, sire. Forward. Yes, sire. Forward.
Run a little bit. Hey, what the hell?
My liege.
Where the hell are you going? I just said to go here. I'm confused. The symbol's there, the men are there, and they're going towards that. What the hell? Oh boy. Oh boy. I don't know what they're doing all of a sudden. They're running towards where their symbol is. Not towards where I'm telling them to move. Okay. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have my load game available, and we're gonna start fresh from that position when we come back. I think that's a good enough initial look at Manor Lords to at least showcase it and show it off a bit. Very well done. Obviously, as I said at the beginning, it's not quite there yet. It's entering early access on the 26th, so just a little over a week before you'll be able to get it yourself. So definitely a ways to go before he fleshes it out and finishes it up. It's amazing that it's a single developer for the bulk of the 7 years of development time. I'm not sure if that's still true or if he's brought some folks on to help push it to the finish line. He'll probably have plenty of money after the early access release, given that it's the most Steam wishlisted game out there. Yeah, but it's pretty cool. For the type of gameplay it is, it's very well done. So you got a lot of really cool graphics options. It runs smoothly. Interface does exactly what it needs to do without being obtrusive, which I really appreciate after coming out of some previous games recently that had terrible interfaces. So that's a joy. There's just all sorts of fun little cool bells and whistles built in with both audio and visual flair when you really zoom in or go into that third person walk around mode. So for me, as I talked about at the beginning of the stream, it's still a type of game I'm not really enamored with. I've played too many of these types of games over the decades, and it's still just, for me at least, play by checklist. I mean, once you know the checklist, it's very simple and easy to move through the steps and get things to move forward. But hopefully it opens out into some more depth and complexity later, and once it's a little more further developed, that will get me more interested. So we'll see. But depending on your guys' reactions and the views that it gets, I could be persuaded to return to it. It's perfectly fine. So if you guys want to see more, let me know. I will keep pushing forward, or we'll move up to the hardest difficulty level instead of this one. But I got a few things I need to learn still about the progression and a few elements I haven't seen yet, so I can more properly move along. I've been horribly inefficient for the last half of this stream, probably, for the money and everything else that we've had that I just don't really know what to do with effectively. But let me know. So, hit the likes, drop the comments, chat with me in Discord, all that kind of stuff. But I'm going to go ahead and take a break for now, go get some stuff done and get some breakfast. And I shall return in a couple hours with some more streaming. I got to pick up Vagris again, and I got a few other games we need to get playing. So thanks for watching. As always.